Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to revisit something that had a lot of attention for a little while and then just kind of fizzled off, and that is a little bit about IATs and if there's any way that you can lower them for free. And that is what I'm talking about today, and that is with removing this guy. A little piece of plastic on the engine doesn't make any difference. Is it just a myth or a rumor or just snake oil? So I wanted to do a test, put it on the road, do some pulls, take some measurements, and see if there is actually any difference.
All right, starting temperature 81 degrees. Engine is dead cold. It's 84 out, so we are 6 degrees over ambient, and we're almost warmed up. All right, it is 84 out and measuring at 93, so we're just about 9 degrees over ambient temperature. And the engine looks like it's just about warmed up now. So cruising temperature up 94, ambient temperature 84, so we're 10 degrees over ambient. I'm going to stop, put in some E85, and then continue measuring with the engine cover still on, and then I'm going to pull over somewhere. I might do a pull or two. Then after that, I'll pull over, take the engine temperature off, and continue recording. Alright, so it's 83 out, I'm currently at 97, so we're a good 14 degrees above ambient. I feel like this is kind of where it's settled, is about 14 over ambient. It does fluctuate a degree or two. But just cruising. This is before a pull, but getting ready to do a third gear pull now. Might have to settle for a fourth gear pull. Fourth gear pull. Alright. So 84 out. I'm not sure what that went down to. Currently showing 104. So somewhere in that vicinity. But that was a fourth gear pull, kind of starting at, I believe it was like 3,000 RPMs. Almost went up to 7. So that was about 20 over ambient. And I'm gonna now cruise, go into 7th. Just cruising now. It's still 84 as ambient, showing 103, so we're 19 over ambient. Like I said, I don't know what the IAT dipped down to or increased by. I'll have to see what that is under review. So now it's down to 102. Looks like we're 18 over ambient. This is right after the fourth gear pull. Okay, so I'm just about to turn it off. Ambient temperature is 81 and IATs are rating 99, so 18 over ambient. I'm not even gonna turn the car off. I'm just gonna pop the hood, pull it off, and continue this. 18 over ambient. That's what I was measuring, anywhere from 17 to 20. So we're right in there. I'm gonna pop it off now. All right, there she is. Toss that down there. We're measuring 101. Ambient temperature 81, so we're exactly 20 degrees over. So we will see if our ambient goes down at all. Oh. Alright, so it's 81, it's measuring at 101, so we are still about 20 degrees over ambient. No immediate change, but we also just sat in a parking lot for about 2 minutes. So the nose is going to warm up a little bit, but we're starting to move now on the highway. We're in 7th gear, about 70. So ambient is 81 and we're measuring at 97. So 83 ambient, currently at 97. So we're 14 over ambient temperature right now. It's 96, so we're currently at 13 degrees over ambient. So it's 84 ambient and our IAT is 96, so we're currently 12 over ambient temperature. It's actually cooling down a little bit quicker than I thought it would. I am still, now it's 85 ambient, so we're 11 over ambient right now. I am still interested to see what happens with the third or fourth gear pull. But yeah, right now we are about between 11 and 13 degrees over ambient. Alright, we are at 85 ambient and we're kind of cruising at 96 here. So pretty constant 11 over ambient temperature, which appears it was about 3, 4, 5 degrees cooler than with the engine cover on. Not significant, not like the past claims of, you know, 10 degrees plus, but it does appear that it is on the lower side without it. I kind of am still surprised by it. It's not a ton, but right now it does look like it's kind of, it dropped faster, you know, than normally, than when I, you know, if the car sits or you turn off the engine, you start it, it takes quite a while for it to, you know, cool down if you're, you know, especially just cruising. This cooled down a little bit quicker than it had with the engine cover on. So it appears it does do something, not as much as I think as there were claims in the past, but it actually does seem like it kind of does lower it a tiny bit. Just cruising in 7th gear on highway, it finally got down to 10 over ambient with an 85 out and engine completely at operating temperature. So it's kind of interesting. But I'm going to find a spot here to do a 3rd or 4th gear pull, and we're going to see if I can, what that gets up to, because with the engine cover before it was 20 over, I believe it was 20 over ambient. I think I was at 84 and I think it went up to 104, so we're going to see how much it increases by just in a second here. 3rd gear, 2500 RPM, wide open throttle now. So I don't know exactly what that got up to. I think like 95 maybe. Kind of tough to see. I might have to wait until I review the footage in post-production, but it didn't look like it got close to 20 over ambient. Maybe 15 or 16? I don't know.
Alright, so I am back, and the results are kind of interesting. As you saw with the engine cover on, I was kind of anywhere between 16 and 20 degrees above ambient temperature. In my non-scientific experiment, while I was doing the 4th gear pull, I couldn't get slow enough to do a 3rd gear pull, but I think it peaked at around 20 degrees over ambient temperature, and then within minutes took the engine cover off. And what I was surprised about was how fast it took for the IATs to drop for cruising speed. Normally it takes, you know, several miles for that to fall, and it fell a little bit quicker than I anticipated. Not a ton, but a little bit. And then for cruising speed, I was anywhere between 10 and 13 degrees above ambient temperature. All in all, am I going to keep it off during day-to-day driving? Probably not. I'm probably gonna, you know, keep it on. But is it worth taking off the track? Yeah, actually I might take it off just because if I can get a little bit more cooler air rushing over the engine And if the IATs fall faster and they're a couple degrees, why not? Plus, you know, weight savings, so need that extra pound. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it actually kind of showed that there might be some potential gains there. I was very skeptical to see if there really would be any benefit at all, and it looks like there's a tiny bit. Whether that's going to really make any difference, I don't know. But if you are doing back-to-back-to-back pulls, why not? It looks like it doesn't hurt. It either is pretty close to a wash, or it might help you cool those IATs down on your next pass. So something to think about. It's a free mod. Why not do it? Doesn't hurt, doesn't cost anything, and takes about 10 seconds. So thanks again for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.